Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Abe with MysticGenMara.com, a small town mystic from the middle of Idaho. And today I would like to offer the intuitive reading for the elemental energy of fire, which covers the zodiac signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So the way I do these readings is we go through each week, we look at a guide or guardian, a message from source, and then a lesson or challenge from the tarot. There are approximately 4 weeks in September, so we'll just go with 4. And as a new thing I'm doing this quarter, we are starting off each reading with a message from the I-Ching, the Book of Change, which is another form of divination. And today for our fire's energy, we have I-Ching hexagram number 35, and I cast with coins, so that's how we come to these conclusions. I don't have the sticks right now, but if you check the description box below, there is a spot where you can find the book that I use. Also, if you want to use the reeds or the rods, whatever they call them, those will be linked in the description as well. So, for number 35, it is progress, and that is progress. Richly endowed princes receive royal favors in the form of numerous steeds and is granted audience 3 times in a single day. So that's the original text. So just from that, it's definitely saying things are moving in your favor for the month of September. The commentary that they have in here is the character Chin, I'll hold this back up, is identical with progress. The earth is radiant with beauty, for glad acceptance conjoined with beauty sheds a brilliant light. The yielding advances and ascends, hence the imagery of the splendid prince, royal steeds, and frequent audiences. So you're going to have things moving quickly, but they're going to be aligned in a way that's most beneficial for you. Now, as we go through the I-Ching, you will start at the bottom of the hexagram here and work our way up. So we'll start with the bottom line, and it says, when progress seems likely to be cut short, righteous persistence brings good fortune. To respond to lack of confidence with liberality entails no error. So, even when you think things are not quite going the way they should, or you feel like there's a slowdown period, hold the course, stay focused on it, because things will move forward. It's just a matter of not giving up on what your goals and dreams are. So this next line is, when progress is being made sorrowfully, righteous persistence brings good fortune. A little happiness is received thanks to the Queen Mother. So your divine feminine is going to be coming forward when things are rough to help you move into that higher state where you can find that joy. You can work through the sadness into a more peaceful happiness. So there sounds like there could be a little bit of a rough patch in September, but it's not something you can't handle, and basically don't let this hiccup in life slow down your progress. For the third line, right here, all are in good accord, regret vanishes. That's pretty simple. Stay in alignment with your higher self and your guides. You won't have to worry about what's happening. For the fourth line, which is the first solid line here, it's squirrel-like progress. Persistence would have serious consequences. Squirrels are kind of sporadic. They jump forward, settle down, jump forward, settle down. They'll run and they calm down. So what this is saying is, go with the flow. If you're feeling like you're really, really super motivated, go with it. When your motivation isn't there, just take a breather. It's all right. Your body or your soul is telling you enough. Calm down. So you've got this like jump starting that's going on. You'll have busy, really super busy times. There's other times where you're okay with just being quiet. So the fifth line is, regret vanishes, care not for loss or gain, to seek some goal now would bring good fortune, everything is favorable. They're really focusing on regret. So there's something coming up that they're saying during this month, even if things are going really good and you almost feel guilty about it, don't. You've put the work in, you've put the effort forward. There's whatever it is that you've been planning for and working towards is actually coming out in your favor. And by saying things like, am I really sure that I deserve this? Come on, dude, you do. So the message from my guides are saying, really focus on what you're going for. Don't worry about things. Don't worry about the past. The past is over. Let it go. That's some of that stuff you can release, but really stay focused on what your end game is here. The last line is, he advances with lowered horns, intent solely upon subduing the cities of his enemies. Whether his affairs go awry or prosper, he is not in error, but for him to persist thus would involve him in I hate these words. Not the greatest thing. So basically, you want to move forward. You want to be persistent in what you're doing. You really don't want to focus too heavily on conquering others. That's not your goal. Your goal is to succeed in your endeavors. If there's someone in the way, then they'll move, basically. But you don't want to hammer into something that is in your way, because if it's in the way for a very long period of time, there very well could be a reason for it. So the last line is really urging, keep moving forward, stay focused, don't fight about it. Just your job is to focus on the bigger picture, the goal that you're aiming for. If there's someone in the way, as long as you're looking at your goal, that person will move, or you'll find a way around them. But don't just if you've ever seen a bull charge, they put their head down and just go. They're saying, the warning there is saying, don't do that. Stay focused on your goal, and you'll go around it. If you put your head down and ram into it, trying to conquer that foe that's in front of you, that's where your hiccup is going to occur towards the end of the month, is what they're bringing forward. So, just something to think about as we move into our tarot reading for the month of September, for the first week of fire energy. And if you're interested in any of the decks that I'm using, those are linked in the description box below as well. And I read intuitively, so the messages may or may not be the same as what the little book says. Also, these messages are timeless, so if you're hearing them outside of September, there still could be something there that you're supposed to hear. So just allow the messages to come through. If it's meant for you, it'll resonate. If it's not meant for you specifically, it's for another person watching the video. And with that, we'll move into our first week, which is Dusky Pink Dragon from Andromeda. Prepares all your chakras to embody higher love. Accept and radiate this higher love. Touch others with its flame. So this dragon is coming forward to give you the heads up that this first week is really about working on your energy centers, and bringing in that agape divine love. The agape love is the love of all things. It doesn't mean that you have to love the actions, but you can love the soul behind the person. And again, you can love them from a distance. Trust me, it works. But this dusky pink dragon is saying, bringing in that divine love, bringing it in through your crown and all the way down through all of your chakras, and allowing it to fill you and radiate. As it radiates out from you, it will influence the others around you. And the dusky pink dragon in this first week is coming forward to say, let's bring your vibration up. When you tap into that agape love, you actually vibrate at a higher frequency. So right off the bat, the dragons are saying, let's move things a little bit faster. Let's vibrate you higher. And that actually lines up with what your I-Ching message was, which is you've got a lot of progress to be made as long as you stay focused. And that's what the dusky pink dragon is also going to help you with, is vibrating into that higher state. So your message from Source is the Venusian Galactic Council, star being guides answering the call, and it's time to shine. As you bring in that divine agape love, you're opening yourself up to the radiant light from the heart of the Creator. And as you're working with that, bringing it in and radiating it out, your Venusian, which are the group from Venus, Galactic Council members are coming forward to say, we are here in love and light. You're bringing in this divine energy. You're bringing in this agape love. Let's anchor it in. Let's focus it. And as you bring in that love, remember, you're bringing in the love to help yourself, but you're bringing in the love to help others. As you heal yourself, you heal the outside world. And as above, so below, they're talking in a cosmic state. When you do things to help yourself be better, not just feel better, but be better, you radiate that energy out, and it radiates to the others around you, and it helps them vibrate into a higher state as well. So let's see what your lesson or challenge from the tarot is. for the first week of September for our fire family here. And this particular tarot deck, if you notice I have my fingers in weird places, it's because I have to censor some of the cards. The online people don't like all of them. For example, this one. It is a major arcana card, and it is the Temperance card. And as you see, without my ring light, you can see that she's pouring water into a chalice and it's coming out. You can't pour from an empty chalice. You can't pour from an empty cup or bucket, whatever it is you're pouring from. The Pink Dragon from Andromeda and the Venusian Council members are saying you have to be full. You have to be full before you can spread it to the world. So your lesson or challenge from the tarot is really about allowing yourself that self-care time. Fill your cup and allow it to overflow to others. This first week is really focusing on, you have a lot going on. The I-Ching is saying that you're working towards goals. There's going to be a lot of positive things moving on. There's going to be some hiccups, and that's the term that comes forward. So it's not going to be major stuff, but it's going to be stuff that's coming up. And this first week is by preparing yourself through self-care, bringing in that divine love. It will actually set you up for success down the road, because by filling yourself up, you can actually pour out to others. If you're not pouring from a full cup, then you're pouring from an empty cup, and nothing good comes from an empty cup. There's nothing there. So this first week is really about filling yourself up and allowing it to overflow to others. So the second week for fire in 2022 of September, dragons are being a little quiet today. And if you are enjoying these videos, please drop a like on the video, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and comment away. Let me know if the messages are resonating or any suggestions or etc. that goes on. Your second week's dragon is the Earth Dragon. Clears your path and the land around you. Stay grounded, be ready to serve. Stuck energy is clearing and moving forward in life. So now that you have refilled your cup, you've worked with the energy of divine love, you're bringing it in, you're allowing it to radiate out, this is where the path's clear. As with the I-Ching saying things are clearing up, the path is ahead, is opening up for you. The Earth Dragon is saying we're going to clean out the rest of it. There's maybe some stuck energy that's not clearing out properly. And they're saying specifically this is around work situations. So if there's a work issue that's not quite what you would like it to be, pull your journal out, ask the Earth Dragons to come in, and then figure out what is it that you can do to release the stuck energy. It could be something that you're holding on to and you're not quite ready to step into yet, or it could be something that the universe is saying, take a breather. What is it you're trying to do here? Be focused on the goal. When you start really focusing and bringing in that goal, the Earth Dragon will say, okay, now here's the path around that, or here's the way through that tunnel, because it may look like it's a solid wall, but there's a cave that goes through it. That's where the Earth Dragon can clear that path for you. But this second week is really saying, stay grounded. You've brought the energy in. You're going to be feeling high. You're going to be, flying high. And the Earth Dragon's saying, keep your feet on the ground, buddy. We're still here for the moment. Live in the moment. But let's work on clearing out this energy. And they're saying specifically it's around work the second week. So maybe if it's just something that could be better at work, what energy is in the way? What can you clear out? Ask the Earth Dragons to come in, because they're really good at clearing stuck energy, especially in the physical plane. So let's see what the message from Source is for the second week of September. And we have the Star Being Healing Codes. Important information, wounds are healing and recharging. So even the galactic energy that's coming forward is helping you work through the stuck energy, clearing it out, bringing in new light codes, especially the ones like in this picture here, bringing in higher frequency vibrations, because as those vibrations raise, as you bring in this higher frequency, the Earth Dragons are helping you anchor it into this now moment. By doing that, you're allowing those stuck energies to be cleaned up and pushed out. And sometimes you have to bring in the light for the darkness to go away. When you light a match in a dark room, it illuminates part of the room. That's where these light codes that are coming in are. The Earth Dragon is saying, we're going to clean this stuff up. We're going to improve the work situation. And the star being healing codes are coming in saying, if you can start the process and then start bringing in this healing energy, it'll move things out a lot faster, just like the squirrel in the I-Ching. Working like a squirrel, you have your bursts of quick, then you take a breather, then you do your fast, then you take a breather. This week is really about taking that breath and looking at how you can improve things. Not so much fix them, but improve that vibration. Let's look at the lesson or challenge from the tarot. We have the King of Pentacles. You've done this before. This card is saying that you've done it before, you've made it to the end before. Don't get trapped in complacency of I've completed this task already, because the familiarity of it is going to make you think you've already completed. This card is saying it's not quite the same. You have completed a cycle similar, but you're not going in a circle, you're going in a spiral. You're up here now. So you've completed this cycle down here, but now you're moving up to a new level. So you're completing the next level. You're moving into a higher frequency. Don't let the familiarity, that deja vu feeling, slow down the progress that you're making here in the second week. And like I said, they're talking not finances. They're talking business and work, employment. So even though you may have, well, I've already done this particular management style, or I've already done this fill in the blank, you did something similar, is the message from the cards, and it's time to really focus on the difference between the last time and this time. How is it better? What can you do better in the future? Because it's going to come around again. It always does. It's kind of the life that we're here to live. So really focus on what happened the last time. What did I do better or differently this time? And how can I improve so that I might be able to escape this karmic cycle for the next time? Your third week is the Silver Dragon. Illuminates your potential with higher light, access untapped resources, look into your soul, and see higher possibilities. The Silver Dragon brings in that divine feminine energy. Just like what the I-Ching talks about bringing in the divine feminine, the Silver Dragon brings in the divine feminine, brings in the lunar energy. You can't talk today. And when you do that, you tap into your subconscious. Your subconscious, your karmic memory, or Akashic memory, if you will, holds all knowledge. There are resources in there you may not even realize you have. There are gifts, talents, and skills that before you came in, you set yourself up with them. When you came in, you forgot they were there. This is the time to reach up and be like, who is ready to unlock what next gift? The Silver Dragon in this third week is saying, let's bring online this next level of energy. Let's bring online this new light code, this new energetic code. So focusing on meditation this week, especially lunar meditation, bringing in those silver energies. If you have silver jewelry, you can wear that this week, or just even if an old silver coin, set it next to your bed and think about it as you are going to sleep this third week. What can I do to unlock these other gifts, skills, talents, and abilities, and where are they going to manifest in my life? Because what I'm getting is this is going to apply to both work-related stuff, employment, finances, but also family and personal life. So depending on where you're at in life, the energy that's coming forward with the Silver Dragon is going to be enhancing where those gifts are coming in. It could be something completely out of the blue. It could be something that you've thought about before but thought you had no skill at and discover you do. But it's along those lines of an untapped knowledge or talent. And this third week is saying it's really time to focus on stepping things up a little bit, and that's where you tap into that higher frequency of who you are through the Silver Dragon, and tap into your unconscious, your subconscious mind, and bring that forward so that you can actually use it in the day-to-day world. So your message from Source is Memories of Atlantis, spiritual acceleration, progress, and technology. So you're tapping into the subconscious mind, you're bringing that energy forward, and the universal energy, God, source, divine energy is saying, remember the spiritual technology that you have been given. You have a unique set of skills, talents, and abilities, and this third week of September for fire, it's time to bring the next level of these skills, talents, and abilities online. By looking into this image, you are looking into the city of Atlantis through a gateway. That gateway is the gateway to your subconscious. That gateway is the subconscious mind's portal, basically. And when you tap into that energy, you'll see things a lot that you may not even understand how to use. That's fine. But what they're saying is, remember the gifts and skills and talents you had, the ones that you set yourself up for in your vortex before you even came into this life, and then bring on that next level of spiritual technology. Spiritual technology are things like chakras, meridians, acupuncture points, acupressure points, energy healing work, including Reiki. If there's something that you've been looking at improving, or something that you've been kind of like, it's sitting on the back of your mind, you're not quite sure if you're ready for it or not, this would be the week to find out if it's something for you. But really bring that next level of spiritual technology, including your intuition. That is a spiritual technology. And this third week is really focusing on bringing that online, upgrading it, bringing in the next level. So just be open to the possibilities and the unique manifestations of your particular gifts in this third week. The lesson or challenge is the Tower, creative destruction. For things to come in, you may have to remove some things out. Something may have to shift. That doesn't mean it has to be drastic. It could be just, instead of watching that extra 15-minute extra episode of Netflix at night, you spend the time meditating. But you're clearing out space. The lesson or the challenge for this third week is, what is it that's not allowing you to tap into those next level of energies? It doesn't mean you're going to solve it all in one day. Don't think that that's what's happening. I mean, it could manifest that way for you. Don't get me wrong. But the reality is, the world we live in, it's subtle shifts where you change habits. And what is the Tower saying? What is it that you can shift? What is it that you can deconstruct to recreate? Destruction is loud. Destruction is noisy. Creation is silent. Creation is quiet. What is it that you can disassemble so that you have the supplies available to you to rebuild into this higher frequency? And that's the lesson or challenge that's coming forward as you're working to develop, to awaken, to maybe come to an understanding of these new spiritual gifts this third week. What is it that you need to release, let go of, or deconstruct so that you can actually manifest those new gifts? That is the wrong deck of cards. So let's look at the last week of September for our fire energy here in 2023. And the dragons tend to be pretty vocal when they are talking. It's just a matter of being comfortable with them, because they can be a little intense with their energy when they first come through for most people. So our guide or guardian is the golden solar dragon. Helps you stand in your masculine power with wisdom. Let your DNA be reprogrammed, light codes activated, become an inspired leader. You've went through this month. You've worked with a lot more divine feminine energy. This last week, you're tapping back into your fire energy, which is more masculine. You're opening up in the third week to bringing in these newer gifts, these newer talents, bringing them online. Once they're brought into your being, once you have awakened to the awareness of them, that's when the light codes can start working with you. Going out in the sun and just feeling the sun on your face, even if it's only for a few minutes at a time, making sure, and I don't know why they're saying this, make sure that your third eye area is clean, no makeup, no sunscreen, nothing. And allow that sun to really, really formulate here on your forehead. If you can't go outside, go to a window where at least the sun can come in this fourth week, and really allow that energy every single day, all 7 days of the last week of September, to feel that energy coming in and reviving you, downloading, upgrading, maybe anchoring this next level of technology. It doesn't mean it's going to turn on that day, but when you bring the program in, it allows you to be ready for it to be ready when you are available to turn it on. So let's look at your message from Source or Spirit for September of 2023. And we have Earth Star Activation. anchoring, grounding action, and Isis energy. So you're still working with the little bit more of the divine feminine here, but it's coming in as a balancing energy. The Earth Star chakra sits about 6 to 12 inches below the soles of your feet into the planet. It does not matter where you're at in the world, it's 6 to 12 feet, a skyscraper, whatever. This allows you to really tap into the Earth's grid system. When you work with Gaia, Isis energy, and I am lumping them together because they're both tied to this planet pretty heavily, you're bringing in that powerful energy from the sun, and you're anchoring it down through your body into the Earth Star. What you're doing is you're creating a pillar of vibrant light-based energy that is going to wake up that spiritual technology that you downloaded in the 3rd week, and it's really going to help activate and ground this new frequency and vibration into your physical form and into your physical reality. Again, does that mean your changes are going to be miraculous? Everything's going to switch that quick overnight? Maybe. Not likely, because we all are here with different beliefs, different practices, different agreements before we came in, and this is where what you agreed to before you came in is how this will play out. It could be something that you just notice a subtle shift. That's fine. That subtle shift can mean a lot down the road. You could be a pretty drastic shift, and that could shake things up pretty heavily. But it's really about making sure that you stay grounded, that you're bringing in that extra light energy, and you're being open to messages from Spirit, however they manifest for you. And your 4th week's lesson or challenge is the number 15, the Devil card, Diablo. This is really just more of a heads up. Things may not always be what they appear this 4th week. Don't get wrapped up in the details. You're bringing in this higher frequency of energy. There's things that are going to be shifting around. It could upend a lot of stuff. The Devil card is here to play devil's advocate, and it could be a devil's advocate in the form of, well, what if? What if you took that next step in your business? Is it really going to be that bad for you? Well, what's the answer? What if you took that risk? See, the devil doesn't always mean bad. The devil means the contrarian, the person who comes in and pushes against what you already knew. It can also be a seductress, so you've got to be careful on how you respond, because they may show you, well, this is a much easier path. Is it? What's the end game if you go down that path? This is a challenge card that says, what is it you're trying to build? What are those next steps? Are you taking the easy route just because it's the easy route? Probably won't be the easiest outcome. Or is it coming up to say, pushing back? You think you can do that? You just think you can do that. Well, can you? And that's where you can step up and tap into these spiritual energies that you've worked on, this new technology that's come in, these light codes working with Gaia and Isis, saying, where am I at? What is it I'm trying to build here? This is not about saying no. This is saying slow progress is better than no progress. And the progress is going to look different for all of us. You're tapping into the divine source God energy. You're bringing it in through the sunlight. You're anchoring it with the Earth Star, with the Isis, with Gaia. You're bringing that energy in. You're finding a new balance. The Devil card is here to challenge you, to throw you off balance. Are you going to allow the distraction, the challenge, and the pushback to dissuade you from what you're working on? Or are you going to hold firm to that strength and that balance? The Golden Solar Dragon and the Earth Star activation cards are saying, we have balance available for you. Are you willing to work with it and see where things go? Or are you going to take the challenge and who knows what's going to happen? Because that's a roll of the dice when you start playing with those cards. So with that, I will let you guys go. I hope the rest of September is awesome for you, and it looks like you guys have a really powerful growth period coming up here. So work on your meditation, see what new light codes and what new spiritual technology starts to become conscious in your awareness. And with that, if you enjoyed the video, drop a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new here, and comment and let me know criticisms, suggestions, as long as it's constructive criticism. we're always looking for a little more respect in this crazy world we live in. With that, have a great rest of the month, and I'll see you in the future video.